morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to another review from Roy's Reviews, and today we've got a hardware review for you. Yes, today we are looking at the IPV, get it in focus, IPV AUTO Suonker, the V3 Mini. Yeah, so what we're going to do is drop down to the table, have a look around the box and the contents and everything else, tell you a few details about it, and then join me back up here again when I'll go through my thoughts with you. See you in a mo. Okay, so welcome down to the table, and here we have the IPV V3 Mini. Of course, it's from IPV. Now, take a quick look around the box. IPV across the top. Here we've got the design color on there, and it's the black T2, which is the magical series. They come in 3 different series. There's the carbon, the magical, and I can't remember the name of the other ones at the moment, but I'll get that. On this side there's nothing, on the back side there's nothing, and on that side there's nothing. Okay, so on the bottom here you've got the details V3 Mini. The kit includes 1 V3 Mini device, 1 ADA atomizer, 1 USB cable, 1 user manual, 1 gift box, and it's the Shenzhen IPV Vaping Technology Company. And there are details on there, and the barcode and your warnings. Now, because this isn't the TPD compliant version, as you can see there's no warning labels or stickers on the box itself. So open up the box. This is the gift box, as they call it. You've got your manual, which just comes in the different formats and everything else. Just one little thing that I did find, which is on the English version here, it has the French charging details, and if you flip across to the French ones, which are here, I think it's French anyway, you've got the English charging details. So it just tells you that it's powered by a 1400 milliamp hour battery, 3-volt inbuilt battery, input voltage is 3.2 to 4.2, charging by a USB cable, and the charge power of 5 volts 1 amp. So make sure it's always a 1 amp if you're going to charge it any other way. So that's the manual. We'll set that off to the side. You've also got your warranty card, which has been quality checked and passed, in both on the English side and also on the Chinese side. And here you have the bad boy itself, the device. Now, pick this up first of all. This is your ELF ADA, so I think it means for automatic dispensable atomizer. Now, as you can see down in there, there is a very tiny coil. Don't know how well my camera's picking it up, but there's a cotton with a coil on there. Now, I haven't used this one because this is the mouth to lung. I have been using this one. It's been used. You can probably see it's dark down in there. I'll tell you how long I've been using it for, etc. as we go along. But this isn't rebuildable at all, so it's a sealed unit which does have airflow on there. Now, can I operate the airflow while it's in my hand? Yes, I can. So that's it closed, and then you give it a turn and it's fully open. So it's a small air hole which is on both sides, and this is a 1 ohm coil that's in there, so it's for mouth to lung purposes, and I am going to end up using that one today. And then we take out the device itself. I'll set that off just to the side at the moment. We'll take you around that thoroughly in a moment. Lift up this lovely foam. It actually feels like good quality foam. And the bottom cardboard, you find your USB cable. Now, it is just your normal micro USB connection on there. So if you've been vaping, you probably have plenty of those about, so you don't need to use that one. So we'll put it back in there. Put that back in there. And set the box off to the side. Okay, so here's the device. As you can see, this is the pattern that you have on there, and it's matched on both sides, and it's a resin type sticker that's on there. Near enough, well, it's not center, it's off to one side, one side this way a bit. Your 510 with the squonk hole in there. Got a nice little edge cut on the side. Down this side you've got your power button, if you want to call it that. You have your screen and you have your up and down there. On this side nothing, and on the back it tells you you've got the IPV Yeehee ESS driver on there. So it mentions Yeehee on there because IPV is a full sister company of Yeehee. So IPV themselves aim their devices at the middle market. So it's not the cheap end, it's not the high end expensive, they try and go for the middle market, which is good quality at affordable prices. And then on the bottom you have got your warnings on there as well. Your USB charge port is on the bottom. Now that would have been a, well, it would have been a negative, which I'll explain more when we go up to the face cam. And here is your Squonk bottle. Okay, you can see the little lip just there. You pull it back and you take out your bottle. Now there is liquid in here because I have been vaping on this. This is day 7 of me using this device. I got it on Thursday and this is now Wednesday, so it's my 7th day actually using it. Started using it, I haven't set it down at all. And that is the tube that takes the liquid from your bottle and takes up into there. Now you probably notice that's hard. Normal Squonk bottles would be squishy so you could squish it up, but this has got a secret. It actually pumps it up in for you. Okay, if I can just get the bottle back in again. So there is a little bit of liquid in there. And I'm just going to put the atomizer. No, I won't put that on yet. So show you the screen, and it says no atomizer on there. It's not coming up very clear because of the glare, but it does say no atomizer on there at the moment. So if you try and fire it, it doesn't go anywhere. Now, remember I said get the juice up in the bottom? Now, if you watch the top, just up in here closely. So if I power it on, press the button, you see the juice going back up in? You see it? So that pumps the juice up and automatically. And I don't know if it picked up the motor or not of the pump, but it's not very loud. It's actually very, very quiet indeed. And if you press the power on again, press the down button, look at that. Sucks it all back up in again. How neat's that? There you go. Juice. No juice. Juice. No juice. So, which I'll cover it now. What would have been a negative with the USB being the bottom? You're going to have to set this down. So you're thinking, oh, hang on a minute. If I leave my device on the side, especially when I've got my atomizer on. So this is the one that I've been using, the direct long one. This is the 0.3 ohm coil. Now they did send these, which are the replacement coils, and get that one the right way around. As you can maybe make out on the camera, the top one is 0.3 and the bottom is 1 ohm, and it's the 0.3 that I've been using. They come in little blister packs like that with your spare coil. As you can see, I have that one out, and the one that comes in the box with it is one of these ones, which is the 1 ohm coil. So I haven't used them as yet, as you can see. But so going back to when you have that atomizer on, you think, well, there's juice in there, it's going to leak. No, press your button down, it sucks it all back in again. So if you do set it down to charge it, it is not going to leak out of there if it is accidentally over squonked, which I haven't managed to do yet over Squonk it. Now this device doesn't actually power off, but it goes into standby. So as soon as you stop using it for a little bit, it goes into standby. But if you are worried about it pressing on when you have it in your pocket, if you just click it 3 times when it's on, switched on like that with the light on, 1, 2, 3, you get the little lock symbol. As you can see, it's that blob that's on the camera, but on the screen it's nice and clear because it's an HD screen that's on there. And then again, it's just 1, 2, 3 clicks to unlock it again. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 takes you into the menu. Now, it's such a pity. I'm going to try and see if I can get some pictures up on screen, showing the screens on here, because I'm not doing it any justice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can change the temperature from 180 up to 260. You can change it from centigrade to Fahrenheit. Press the power button again across again, and you've got 2 power options. So you've got power 1 and power 2. So it is variable wattage in a way. I know it's saying it's temperature control, but the wattage does vary on it according to your power battery. When you're in P1, it's between 6 and 8 watts. When you're in P2, so it's the second one, P1, primary 1, primary 2. No, P2, power setting 2, it goes between 10.5 watts and 12.5 watts. There's one other nice little feature on here as well. Now, depending on whether you're doing it mouth to lung or direct lung, you can change the speed of how much liquid is pumped up into the device. So when it's on standby, rather than press and hold the button, if you just quickly press the up button, you can take this all the way up to 60, and then this that means that the juice is going to get pulled up in at a quicker rate. So you can hear that. It's really working to get the juice up in. Just suck it back down again. So pressing long, press and hold to suck the juice in, long press and hold to pump some juice up. Short clicks on the down button or the up button will change the speed. So it drops all the way down to, well, I can't remember what it drops down to, but we'll find out, 15. But the optimum range is in between 25 and 40. Now, I would guess when you're doing mouth to lung, the lower the speed, the higher the speed when you're doing it mouth to lung, because the juice is 50-50, it's a slightly thinner juice. And if you are going to put some of the more premium juices, the higher VG 70-30, 75-25 juices in here, you'd want it to go at a lower speed so that it's not working that pump too hard. On. I'll take that back up again. I find I like it at 30. And that's at 30 now. So that's the devices. As you can see, there's the juice in there at the moment. It is some coil hooch green that I'm using in there at the moment. And will join me up top when I'll talk a little bit more about the device, and we'll see any more pros or cons about it, and I will put the new coil onto it and show you how some of the features on there. So join me back up top. Okay folks, welcome back up again. There we go through the IPV Mini V3 Mini. Just a couple of corrections. The juice that I was actually using is not coil hooch. It's made by the same people. It's actually tea juice green Kelly is what I've got in here at the moment. Wow, is all I can say about this device. It's not often something comes along that takes my breath away, but this has. So I'm recording this review now, it's Wednesday, and I've had it since the previous Thursday, and I've not put it down. Honestly, I haven't put it down. I've got my other devices I love using, everything else, but this little baby has blown me away. The 1400 mAh battery gets me through all day at work and most of the way through the evening as well. Depending if I've been really if I've had a bad day at work, then I'm really chain vaping it. And I have also been chain vaping, trying to get that elusive dry hit, which you can't. And folks, day 7 on an atomizer this small with this tiny little coil in there and the cotton, and I'm still getting flavour. I'm still getting the green Kelly flavour from this. It's had that through it. It has had the coil hooch through it. It's had red astaire from TJ's through it as well. Everything's flawless. The taste of it's fantastic. I would say now that I am probably getting to the end of this coil after seven days. Only because it's looking a little bit dark. No, it is a little bit dark, but I'll probably get a few more days out of it. I do reckon I'll get a few more days out of this. And so when you do buy them, they do come in these packs of 2. So you're going to get fairly decent use out of it. Now the device is a little bit more expensive than you probably would pay for a pod system of this size, but it's not a pod system. This is a squonker. It's really aimed at this at the starter. A little bit, excuse me, a little bit more high end. Not your high end Yeehee style, because Yeehee's going to come out about $100 for their version of this. This is going to be retailing around the $79, which is about the 60 quid mark. I have seen it advertised at £60 out there at the moment. I did say there's 3 different patterns. Let me just get those for you. Just need to quickly go on to here. The 3 patterns are, well, you can get it in black, gunmetal and silver. That's the colours of the chassis. The 3 options are carbon fibre, magical and texture. This is actually the texture T. I said magical in the cam, down below cam. This is actually texture. The one, and there, if you can see on screen, just here, that is the magical. There's 3 different sorts in that, and then the carbon fibre. If I drag that across, you can see the carbon fibre ones there. This is revolutionary. I know Yeehee, who's their sister company, bigger company, they're making the higher end versions of it. I've also had a chance to play with the bigger brother to this, which is the Revo, and I can't wait. I honestly can't wait for that to come out, because it's got the 10mm capacity tank on there. It's bigger, it holds bigger batteries. Getting to use your own, be able to use your own drippers on top of that, your own squonkers. It's going to be fantastic. Looking forward to that. Anything else from my little notes that I have made? But 3 years. You know, IPV, if you didn't know who they were, they've made the Tranter, which up until probably I've been using this, was one of my everyday devices, and anybody who watches any of my shows and God knows I use the Tranter, IPV Tranter, a lot. This has taken over it. Now, right, so I'm going to do this mid, even though there's some just left in there. I've already shown you, whenever there's no juice, it says no atomizer, so it doesn't fire. You put it on. If I take this bit out, now that's it out, as you can see, and I can keep vaping on this. Now, because I do use the up at the 30 for the speed of the juice going into here, it probably will take me a minute or 2 to get it. Now, what I will do, take this one off. This is the brand new one, so there's no juice on that. I'm just going to try and make sure that there's, what I'll do is do a bit of a rag, do the suction to go downwards, and it should pump out any of the juice left in the tube itself. Just a wee tiny drop there on top of it. Take the new coil. Now I don't know if this light you will be able to see in there or not. No, but it's a brand new one. So we'll put that on, and you probably think there's no juice in there. Bottom's still not on, and switched on. I just want to turn it down because I've now got the 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, see, as soon as I touch it, it comes up no liquid. You can hear the motor going away. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so there's no liquid in it. You can hear that motor. Now that's because you're bare into it, because there's no there's no thing in it down there. I'm just holding it down by the microphone so you can hear it. Now, so you've no fears, no burning, no nothing. Put the juice in. Now it says no liquid again, and so it's now pulling the liquid from the bottle up into the device, and now you can vape on it. Now I wonder if I can get there. Still not focusing in very well on the. So now you can hear it's got juice, and you can vape. That is just fantastic, folks. Amazing, fantastic for the newbies, for somebody who wants to maybe go away from the traditional starter T18 pens or whatever you maybe want to start on, and get into something a little bit more advanced, which looks fantastic, which is quite stealthy. So you can start off in your mouth to lung. You can then progress straight into your SubOhm without having the huge clouds, and it's the same device doing both of them. It's not, it's not going to be any major big massive cloud chucker. The flavour of it is, I would reckon it's really good flavour, because I'm using juices that I have used before, so I know what they should taste like, and they are very, very good. Both, I say this is now on the mouth to lung, the first time I've actually used the mouth to lung one. It's a bit of an airy mouth to lung, so I'll just turn it down to the hole till it's nearly closed off, and you can get a really restricted mouth to lung with small clouds. So if you like the really restricted mouth to lung, you can do that, or if you want a very airy mouth to lung to give you more clouds, you can also do that as well. The really restricted mouth to lung is actually very nice, and the flavour is banging. Now, cons. I did have 2 cons. One of them's been negated straight away. So that was the USB. When I first picked it up and looked at it, I was thinking, hang on, USB port in the bottom. Haven't set it down. But then I found out about the up and down switches to suck back the juice from the atomizer. The ELF. Isn't it ELF? I'm sitting saying ELF. Yeah. ELF ADA. Automatic disposable atomizer, I would say. Because you can't, no matter how hard I've tried, you cannot take the top off these. So it is a proprietary pod. You can't use anything else really on it if you haven't. There's not going to be much more smaller on there that can do it. But going by the length of time that you actually can use these, I don't think that's a down point. So because you can't, you have to set it on the side, but you got the juice out of it. Now my other one is the power button. Power button is, my lighting is shocking today. There we go. So power button is there. I would much liked it to be there, up on that edge. Oh no, it just feels like that is where you would want to do your button. It really is. That is just feels like where you'd want to do it. It's 2 down points. How many plus points? Loads. A bucket full of loads. It's complete innovation for one. It looks fantastic. Even the black with the on it, the texture, and it is textured. Oh, microphone's down there. Right up the gat. You can hear it. It is textured. Weight. It's not like overly heavy, but you know you're holding it, or you know you have it in your pocket. The hard plastic. It's not really acrylic. Now, I have had fruit juices in here and things like that, just to see if it does anything to the little Squonk bottle itself. No, there's not. And the display, on the display you get the battery, you get your temperature, and you get the power mode that you're in. 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons, 5 clicks moves you down to, you can change the temperature control, you can change it from Celsius to centigrade, or P1 to power 1 to power 2. Now remember, power 1 is 6 to 8 watts, so depending on your battery power, and the P2 is 10.5 to 12.5. Would I recommend this? I'd recommend this to everybody, to a newbie, to an experienced vapor, to reviewers, to anybody that wants to use it. It is such a great device. I don't think I've ever given a device 10 out of 10 before, but this is an easy 10 out of 10. This has got to be, you know, from I've started vaping, I've used many devices, the unicorns and everything else. I loved my Tranter. This is blown up to me. It's blown them all away. I absolutely love this device. I can't say that enough. I absolutely love it. And what I didn't say at the very start, I'm going to say now, is a massive thank you to the girls over at IPV for sending me this over for the purpose of review, Sherilyn and Elaine. Hi, hope you are watching this, and I look forward to your feedback. So folks, get out there and buy yourself one of these. If they're not, I have seen them online, so they are out there to buy. So, and as I say, it's around the £60 mark, $79 mark is what they're being retailed at the moment. If you like my video, folks, give me a thumbs up, drop me a wee comment down below. If you haven't enjoyed it and you give me a thumbs down, still leave me a wee comment down below. I like the feedback. And just remains me to say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you've been watching this review. Take care now. Bye. California dreaming about you.